This is one of the most utilized lessons you're going to have in all of math. You're going to be factoring all through high school. So factoring is just the opposite of multiplying. We've just learned how to multiply. So we're going to do some examples. We're going to kind of do this quickly. I will teach you a method after this. But really, this is about patterns. So guess and check is a really great way of doing this. Well, let's do this first column. Here we have factored form on the left, and we're going to write our multiplied form out on the right. So if we expand this, we wind up with x squared, let's see, minus 2x minus 8. Now, realize that I did the O and the I together. I looked at 2x and negative 4x, and I got negative 2x. I kind of did that together in my head, the O and the I. That's important to be able to do at this point. The next one, it looks really similar, except the signs are in different places. X squared. Let's see, now we have positive 4x and negative 2x, so we have plus 2x. And we have negative 8. Okay, so realize that what's happening here is this negative 8 is the product of these two numbers. This negative 8 is the product of these two numbers. Negative 2 and positive 4 and negative 4 and positive 2 both multiplied at negative 8. This number here, positive 2 or positive 2x, is the sum of these two numbers, negative 2 and positive 4. And this negative 2 is the sum of these two numbers, negative 4 and positive 2. So what we're really looking for when we go in the opposite direction is we're going to be looking at products or factors of negative 8, things that multiply to negative 8, things that multiply to the last term, and things that add to the middle term. All right, so let's run through some of these quickly. If you want to try this on your own, just pause the video at any time. But I'm just going to plow through these in a way that will become natural once you see what's going on. So I'm looking at a trinomial quadratic. So I'm going to factor into two binomials just like above. I'm going to have an x here and an x here. And I need to multiply to positive 8 and add to negative 6. So let's see. 8 could be multiplied by 2 and 4, or 8 and 1. 2 and 4 add to 6, so we just need negative 2 and negative 4. So that's going to multiply to that positive 8, because they're both negative, and add to negative 6, because they're both negative. In the next one, we need to try to make these binomials bigger so I have room. Let's see. We have x and x again, because we have this x squared. We need to try to multiply to negative 12 and add to negative 1. So 12 could be made up of 6 and 2, or 1 and 12, or 3 and 4. 3 and 4 might be nice. Let's see. 3 and 4. We need to make sure we add to negative 1. So if we have negative 4 and positive 3, that'll add to negative 1. The next one looks very similar, except instead of adding to negative 1, we need to add to positive 1. So that's going to be x and x. And this, if we're going to add to 1, we need to have plus 4 and minus 3. And then we're adding to negative 1. In the last one, we also are coming up with negative 12. So let's see. We have x and x, negative 12. Well, it can't be, oh, maybe it can be 3 and 4 again. It can be 3 and 4 because if we get to negative 12, we're going to use opposite signs here. Let's see, 4 and 3. Well, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. We have a problem here. Is this going to work? Is there anything here that's going to work? I got to erase some things. Let's see. 3 and 4 is not going to work. So we're looking for something that multiplies to negative 12 and adds to negative 7. Let's see, multiplies to negative 12. Those things could be, let me just make a list. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, and there are no other options. But if we're going to add to negative 12, if we're going to multiply negative 12, we have to have one plus sign and 1 minus sign. That means we're looking for a difference of 7. It means we're looking for two things that add to negative 7. Well, 3 and 4 add to negative 7 if they're the same sign, not if they're opposite signs. 2 and 6 either add to 8 or have a difference of 4. That's not going to be negative 7. And 1 and 12 aren't going to work either. So this is actually not factorable. I'm going to erase it and say not factorable. How do I erase? How do I erase? Here we go. Here's erase. Not factorable. Right? So some things aren't going to be factorable. For example, 11 is a number that's not factorable because it's prime. So we would actually call this prime. That would be another way to say this. We could say, be a better way to say it. We could call this prime. Okay. We'll do another column of examples like this, and then we'll do some other methods I'll show you. We're going to go to the next video though.